It's 11 o'clock, and this is the attendance I figured, being a cold day like today. So we want to get started. We want to welcome you all to the groundbreaking for Brigham City Crossing, I think is what we're calling this, right? The bridge crossing. We want to mention and recognize our county commissioners that are here, Senator Sandel, Director Ferry. We've got my friend, Mayor Luann Christensen, who's probably most excited about this almost than any other mayor probably, but we're all excited as mayors. And oh yeah, Tom Peterson, Representative Peterson is here. Where's Gwen? He's always a no-show. I'm just kidding. I'm sure he's a police chief down in Roy, so yeah, so he gets a pass, and we're happy to have him down there doing his job. We're gonna make it. It's cold enough that we're gonna make this short, but we'll make it meaningful. And so what I've planned on and what I've asked Commissioner Vincent, former Mayor Vincent, to take 5 minutes and just talk about what this bridge means to Brigham City as far as in the past, the railroad crossing, and some of the experiences that have hindered maybe Brigham City a little bit. And then I've asked Director Ferry. He was Representative Ferry when this got and Scott was there, but I've asked Joel to kind of represent the legislative side, take a couple minutes and talk about what it looked like getting the money and passing the legislation that got the money up here. And then I'll just take a couple minutes and look forward what I think this is going to mean to Brigham City. So, Commissioner Vincent.
So what a great experience, what a great opportunity it is to be here today and see this overpass come to fruition as we work towards that. It's been a decade trying to get us to this point. It's been a lot of hard work. Mayor Christensen and I visited a little bit about that. It's not just been my administration or DJ's administration. It's been several administrations getting us to where we're at today. And Mayor Bott is correct. We appreciate Mayor Christensen and what she has done. As I've thought a little bit about some things that I might say today, and keep it brief simply because of the weather. Years and years ago, Mayor Eskelson, as he looked over Brigham City and realized that we had an issue with water, worked with his council and procured property in Manaway and built a reservoir to catch the winter runoff, providing water for Brigham City and Box Elder County. And he had a vision to what Brigham City could do with that water in our county. I truly believe that this overpass is going to be similar to that as far as providing economic growth to our city and also making our main street and our city more viable and more productive. This is going to be a great thing for our city. When I became the mayor of Brigham City, there were several issues that we discussed as a council and saw that we were struggling with in Brigham City, and this rail was one of them, simply because the amount of time that people were sitting waiting to get across the rail, either to go to work or get into Brigham City. So we made several meetings with Union Pacific and talked to them about the rail and the struggles that we were having. Spent several years working with them and trying to find some answer to the issue, and at the end of the day, it never came to fruition. We could never find something that would mitigate the problem that Brigham City was facing. So at that point, we decided that we needed to find other answers. One cold January afternoon, I come to go across the rail, and the rail was blocked. I noticed there was an ambulance, a police car, and a fire truck that was trying to get across the rail, and one of the engines was sitting blocking the rail to where the ambulance couldn't get across. So our emergency services went down to 6th. They couldn't get across from there, so they actually came and went behind the high school, could not get across there, ended up going out to the freeway to get to this accident. As I was informed how that went, I decided at that point, not only is it a frustration for our drivers and people trying to get across, but it's also a safety issue. So we decided that we would go to the state. We visited with Joel Ferry and Scott Sandel about things that we could do, maybe getting some legislative folks involved, which we did. We worked with them very closely, and thanks to them, we were able to get monies to be able to start and build this overpass and get the ball rolling. So we appreciate them. Also, I would like to let our downtown merchants and our citizens know that we apologize for the struggle and the hardship. I know this has been hard on them, but we know with struggles come great things, and we grow from them, and I truly believe that this will make Brigham City better. So anyway, we appreciate you. We appreciate all that are involved, our construction people, we appreciate our commissioners that have been involved as well, and also our city administrators and all those people who have been involved, our council, and especially we appreciate our employees. I can't express to you my appreciation enough for the employees of Brigham City and all that they do. Mayor, I'll give it back to you.
Hi, Joel. Director Ferry will have you say a couple words.
All right, thank you, Mayor. This is a great day for Brigham City, and it's a day where we get to connect the east to the west in our own little community and stop that separation that's occurred over the years. And so I just want to say a couple of things really quick. I don't want to take too much time because the weather is just beautiful today and so nice to be out in this. So I'm going to make it quick, but let me just say, when I got elected to the legislature, and it's really neat to see kind of full circle here when we look at all the different individuals, and here comes the train to welcome this thing home. Great backdrop. Thank you, Union Pacific, for showing up to the groundbreaking. Thank you. Is that okay if I pause for a second? We'll just hand over your heart as the train goes past. Let me tell you. There we go. So for those of you that don't know, I want to give just a brief background. Mayor Vincent did a great job, Commissioner Vincent now. But when you look here, Senator Sandel, Representative Peterson was on the city council at the time. I see Mayor Christensen, DJ, you were on the city council. I mean, you think about the group that came together to make this happen. It was absolutely incredible. So I got elected to the legislature, and I said, hey, Brigham City, what are some of your issues that I can help you with? And they said, man, this train crossing is a real problem. It's hindering development on Forest Street and having impacts to our downtown. I said, well, okay, what can we do? And I'm sitting down with Scott and Lee Perry, and they're like, hey, we should run this bill that says you can't block the train for very long. And they're like, but Joel, you should do it. And they look at me like, sucker, you can take this on, right? New guy, let him cut his teeth on something tough. Because I can tell you, if there's one organization that's been pretty tough to deal with in the state, it's Union Pacific, right? They have a monopoly on the rail, and a lot of the rules are governed by the federal government and federal regulations. So the state can't do much. And so we tried something and we ran it through. It didn't really go anywhere. So the next year we said, okay, we got to do something different. We'd just gone through this tax reform. One of the things that came out of that was that they weren't paying any fuel sales tax. We said, well, that's, why? They have an exemption. We said, well, we ought to change that. And so what we did, we changed that exemption. We said, okay, you're going to pay tax on your fuel just like these excavators pay, just like these trucks pay, just like everyone else pays, pay it. And we earmarked that to do these kind of projects. We say, okay, Brigham City, you're going to be first in line. And that's what's paying for this overpass. So the impact they're having is helping to offset it by building this bridge. So it's a really good way that we can say it doesn't just go back to the general fund, but we're actually going to put that money to good work. So this bridge is going to be a great thing for Brigham City. It's a great thing for our community. And again, I truly believe that it will bring, and it does bring, the east side together with the west side. It creates a cohesive community. And that's what this is about. The mayor eloquently talked about how this is going to, or Tyler did, how this is going to be one of those moments in the history of Brigham City where we look back and say, this made a difference. This made a difference to the citizens. And that's what this is really going to do. So thank you. I'm glad I was able to be a part of it. When I left the legislature, Tom was able to take my spot. I'm in the Department of Natural Resources now. I'm having a wonderful time doing that. But I'm just glad that I can see this vision that Scott shared with me, that Lee Perry shared with me, that we can see this to come to pass and do some good work for the people of Brigham City. So with that, thank pleasure being with you today.
Thanks, Joel.
Oh, can I just say one other
Yes.
thing? I will say, I am so proud of Brigham City. Derek and your team for keeping this thing on budget. 5 years ago, we estimated this thing was going to cost $30 million, and you know what's going to cost today? Even after all the inflation and everything else, after UDOT said, can't be done, $30 million. So good job, guys. You deserve a round of applause for all the good work. The contractors, thank you for working with us and making this thing happen. Thanks, Mayor.
Betcha. I know we spend a lot of time, or would like to spend a lot of time, with Union Pacific as our whipping post. But what the rail means to Utah and our nation is unimaginable when we brought the rails together. And in the development of the Western United States, it's just unimaginable how we would have gotten that accomplished without the rail. And so I don't want to downplay the importance they've had in our community and in our nation, for sure. But the time has come that we need to go over them so that we're not impeding them and they're not impeding us. And we're grateful to the legislature in taking that upon them and coming up with a solution. I'd be remiss also, as part of this construction, obviously there's some businesses that are being affected. And I'd like to mention Big J Mill. They've been really nice to work with, and we're glad we were able to come up with a solution to them, that they were able to stay and continue their business and flourish here in Brigham City. We'd hate to lose the flour mill. The McKinnon property here, we've worked with those folks, the storage bays, the Jehovah's Witnesses on the other side of the track, and then the Black family as well. Being able to work with them in the county to do some property exchanges around here for right-of-ways. It's just all come together really well. What we're going to do, that's about all I wanted to mention. I didn't want to leave anybody out that has worked, because it's been a process for the last couple of years to make sure that this one, we're going to call it a tender mercy, Joel, that we stayed under budget considering all the inflation that has happened. I don't know how that happened, so we're just going to call that a tender mercy for and maybe even a divine miracle. But what I'd like to do is we'll go ahead and turn some dirt now in our groundbreaking. We're going to have to do this in shifts because we don't have enough shovels for everybody. So what I'd like to do is have the big heavy movers, Commissioner Vincent, Senator Sandel, Representative Peterson, and Joel. If you'll take the first wave up here, come and grab some. We'll give some pictures. And then I'd like a personal picture of Mayor Christensen, Mayor Vincent, myself turning. And then we'll let everybody come up and have an opportunity to turn in some soil, since this means something to everybody. Do we got a couple more shovels? Oh, we got one more. Two more. That's some good Brigham City soil right there. Huh? I'm going to get in with Tyler and with Luann. Yeah. We'll get them as well. Nice job. Thanks, fellas. All right, if we could get Mayor Vincent to just stay there. Luann, if we could, if you're comfortable coming on down, and then, oh, good. And let's have the current Brigham City Council. Let's come down. Let's all get in this shot and turn some dirt. I see Robin and Ryan. Do we got anybody else? That's it? Well, let's come on down and we'll grab a shovel as well. All right, do we got some of the WADS, the construction company here? Do we have any of those folks here? All right, does anybody would like to come down and turn some dirt and get a picture? You're welcome to, if the fire department wants to, signaling that they don't have to go around Brigham City anymore to get to the other side of the, at least in a year, in about 18 months. All right, well, let's, if you want to come down, take a picture, we'll do that. What we do have is up in the Bowery, and we'd like to invite everybody up there. We've got some, I think, some finger sandwiches and some a light luncheon type of a thing. So we'll excuse you to go up there unless you want to come take a picture. Thanks everybody for coming.